Today's video is going to be all about Colorado's weather and what you should be expecting for each season. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex Miller. I'm a realtor out here in Colorado, and this channel is all about what it's like living, working, playing, and being in Colorado. If you're looking at possibly making a move out here or have any other questions about Colorado, feel free to shoot me a text or an email or give me a phone call. I'd love to help answer any questions you have or drop it in the comments below. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So as I started the video out, I said what you should be expecting in Colorado weather. Well, let's just start with expect the unexpected. There's no way to expect what you're going to get with Colorado weather. A lot of people out here say that it's bipolar weather. It's crazy. You never know what you're going to get. So today I'm going to just jump into it, break it down month by month. Colorado's weather is just crazy and unexpected. You never know what you're going to get. Do, however, get 300 days on average of sunshine a year, which is quite a bit. It is great that we do get to experience all 4 seasons. So I'm just going to go ahead and break it down month by month and just kind of explain what kind of weather you should be expecting. Also with that, keep in mind that with elevation, obviously there's different elevations here in Colorado. What I've been seeing lately is for every 3,000 feet of elevation gained, the temperature is going to fluctuate about 8 to 10 degrees. We'll go ahead and just start with the months of January and February. The average temperature in both January and February are between 15 degrees and 40 degrees. Obviously, we have the outlier different times where we have like really cold below zero temperatures, as well as there's definitely sunny days in January and February that are in the 60s. So I would say January and February, just kind of be expecting some colder winter-like weather, snow. What is nice about our snow typically throughout the whole year is when we get snow, it'll snow heavy for maybe 1 to 2 days. I would say at the most you're going to see a snowstorm is probably a week. And within, a few days of that snowstorm being over, the sun's going to come out and end up melting all of the snow off. So it's not like we have a winter with just year-round snow. Typically these snowstorms will come in and be melted off within a few days. Now jumping into March and April, it's interesting. So these are typically our snowiest months. This is March. Between March and April are when we typically have our biggest blizzards of the year. I remember growing up and we'd have spring break, or the week before or after spring break, we'd have a huge blizzard with about 3 feet of snow. So we would always hope that the blizzard would hit either before or after our spring break, so we would get an extra long spring break. There's been several years where we've had 3+ feet of snow. And obviously before those, everybody runs out to the grocery store, stocks up on all the groceries, and gets everything that they're going to need before this blizzard. The snowstorm will come through. It's nice because we do have snow plows and trucks that will take care of that. Sometimes it will be a little bit difficult to get around for maybe a few hours during the snowstorm when it's at its peak, when it's at its heaviest, but they do a really good job of maintaining the streets. So yeah, March and April are actually typically our snowiest months. Once again, you never know what you're going to really get. We also have some really sunny days in March and April. The average temperatures during March and April are going to be about 30 to 60 degrees. I would say March is probably our most unpredictable month, with just not knowing whether it's going to be really sunny or if you're going to have a huge snowstorm. It is nice because it's starting to get warmer outside and you're going to be able to be going on hikes. A lot of people say that that's like the muddy hike season. So I'm just kind of being prepared for that. And as always in Colorado, just always being prepared for whatever weather. You can be out there in shorts and a t-shirt, and a few hours later you're going to have to throw on a hoodie and a pair of sweats to stay warm. So it's always like bring your snow jacket, bring your shorts, and just be prepared for whatever the weather is going to be like. Jumping into May, we can always still expect a little bit more snow. That's typically the last month that you're going to be seeing snow. And then right now it's Memorial Day. It's right at the end of May, and we've been having a lot of afternoon showers. It's typically only about 1 or 2 days a week that we're having cloudy, rainy weather, and then typically the rest of the week is sunny in the 60 or 70 degrees. So once again, don't really know what you're going to get. I have somebody on my team that moved here from Oklahoma, and he said what he really misses the most is the big thunder and lightning storms out here in Colorado. We do get a handful of times where it's lightning and thunder, but we definitely don't get a whole lot of that here. So that kind of wraps up our spring months. Jumping into June is when things start heating up a little bit more. Average temperatures in June are anywhere from 50 to 80. We will get some rainstorms in June, not as many as in May. Towards the end of June is when things start heating up, and then moving into July and August, just being prepared for really hot temperatures. Average temperatures in July and August are anywhere from 60 to 100 degrees. In the peak of our summer, it's extremely hot. It's a dry heat. Making sure that you have AC I would say it's a must personally, but if you don't have AC, make sure that you have ceiling fans and plenty of box fans. It gets just really toasty out here in the peak of the summertime, which is right around that July-August time frame. We do get a lot of really heavy hailstorms, sometimes up to golf ball size, that'll do a lot of damage to roofs and cars. I remember back in, it was 2017 or 2018, it rolled through Arvada and Wheat Ridge, totally took out Colorado Mills Mall for probably about a good 3 months. So we do get a lot of really heavy hail here as well. So that's our summer. And there's certainly times during July and August where we'll have a week of weather in the 90s and 100s, and it just makes it's pretty miserable to be outside for a long period of time. So make sure that you just head down to the pool, head down to a friend's pool. We do have some cool water parks here. Water World, as well as the Bay and Broomfield, as well as Elitch Gardens, which I've mentioned in another video. Just staying cool and hanging out with the friends by the pool. So those are our summer months, and then heading down into the fall, September and October. It's typically towards the end of September and into October when we are in fall, getting our color change. It's really awesome to drive up to the mountains. I always go up to Guanella Pass or Kenosha Pass or into the national parks. There's plenty of great places to go check out the color change. All the aspens are changing yellow and orange and red, and it's just a really awesome time to go out and see nature when things are cooling off. Average temperatures during the fall between September and October are typically about 35 to 65 degrees. Obviously the cooler and warmer days for sure. Just be expecting some cloudy down days, some different weather. Typically we expect our first snow of the season right around Halloween time. If we don't see it before Halloween or on Halloween, then it's typically like a week after in November. So November and December now we're obviously heading into our winter months. Average temperature here is going to be about 0 to 65 degrees. We'll have a little bit more snow towards the end of November, and then obviously a lot more snow during December. That's when a lot of people are heading up to the mountains. It's hit or miss when we have snowy Christmases down here. We'll probably either have a snowy Thanksgiving or a snowy Christmas. And then a lot of people are headed up to the mountains to start skiing and snowboarding. Eight Basin is one of the mountains that opens up the earliest. That one typically opens right around Halloween time and then shuts down. It's shut down as late as like 4th of July on good seasons when we have snow. Most ski areas are opening up around November and shutting down towards the end of April, early May. So things to keep in mind during the winter time is it's not necessary for you to have an all-wheel drive car. It is preferred if you are planning on going up to the mountains a lot, doing skiing, snowboarding, any of those mountain activities. If you plan on going up I-70, definitely would highly recommend getting an all-wheel drive car. It just makes the drive easier and smoother. Now, if you just have a front-wheel drive car, no big deal. You can throw some snow tires on there or all-season tires on there. Those work just fine. That's what I use, and I go up to the mountains quite a bit, and it's always done just fine. I would always recommend to not have rear-wheel drive car if you are planning on going up to the mountains often during the winter time. It just gets pretty scary up there. With all that being said, the traffic on I-70 is terrible. It is, if you're planning on going up there on the weekends, I would definitely make plans to head out super early around 4:45, 5 o'clock. Beat that traffic up there to get up on the slopes, and we can definitely talk more about all that in another video. But the traffic is pretty crazy. Thankfully, we do have, like I mentioned before, we have snowplows that take care of all the snow that we do get, so it makes it pretty easy when you when it snows, it's not a big deal. Typically, it melts off pretty quick, and we have the snow trucks that come by and clear off the streets. They also will be putting down salt and magnesium chloride, which is actually pretty tough on your car, so making sure that you get that washed off as soon as possible so it's not eating away at your car. So we do get all 4 seasons here, which I love. I love the time change. I love the changing of the seasons. I love being able to experience winter, spring, summer, and fall. I really enjoy that. My wife and I took a trip to Maui, and I love Maui, and I'm like, man, I could live here. I think the one thing that I would miss is just the changing of the seasons and not getting to have a fall and seeing all the colors change, as well as the wintertime. Love the snow, love getting out and snowboarding, and obviously love the summertime. So if you have any questions or anything that I didn't answer about the weather here or anything about living in Colorado, feel free to drop it in the comments. If you are looking to possibly make a move out here to Colorado, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text or an email. I'd love to help you out, answer any questions you might have, and we'll see you on the next video.